We're here for ribbon cutting on the new playground, which these aren't like the playgrounds I used to play in. Pretty different from the days when I was young. But just a little bit how this was funded, and this whole area, if you remember the fight that this neighborhood did to get this park and how wonderful it turned out. And this is part of the whole park. This was funded by $400,000 from my set aside, basically city councilors. And I'm Brad Winter. I'm not the mayor. The mayor had an emergency, so he couldn't make it. But we get $1 million every 2 years when you vote on the bond, and we use that money for small projects in the different neighborhoods that I represent in District 4. And so this is one project that we were able to fund, and I think it's just fabulous. And this is just one step in many, many steps. The legislature did give more money for this park, and so we'll be adding more and more, and then there'll be more money in the bond. So before you know it, it's going to be all built out. So I'd really like to thank the Vista del Norte Neighborhood Alliance and Homeowners Association in how they work together with Parks and Recs and DMD to build this facility, and it's just absolutely fabulous. Larry English, president of HOA and Alliance, and Croder and Richard Nix worked very closely with Chris Green at Parks and Rec in this development. Janelle Johnson was also very much involved in this. I'd also like to thank Brandy Hetherington of Heads Up Landscaping, and I was told this what is that long thing called? The zip line is one of the longest in the city. Yes, is that correct? So that's a plus for District 4 right there. And so everybody worked together to make this happen. And Vista del Norte was district into my district years and years ago, and I've been a city councilor for a long time, and it's just such a wonderful neighborhood. I love it, and I love working with this group. Every weekend, if you come down, the fields are full of kids playing, and you all know more than I how special this place is. And I just also, Jim Soder and Ann Croder, they drove up to Santa Fe when I was up there, and we talked to a couple of the legislators, and that's how we got some of the extra money. So that was, we went right down there in front when they were getting ready to go into session, said, we need to talk to you all. And so that really helped. So at this time, I'd like to turn it over to Barbara with Parks and Rec.
Thank you, Councilor. Well, I'm Barbara Taylor. I'm the Director of Parks and Rec, and the Mayor had an emergency that he was unable to be here today. The first and most important thing to say is thank you, Councilor Winter. Without your Councilor, none of this would be here, and we're so grateful to him. This is one of 2 zip lines in the city, the longest zip line, and it is the newest and best amenity that we are able to provide. And playgrounds, as Councilor noted, have changed a little since I was young. Over here you have netting that for the kids to climb on, and we have a tire swing and a picnic area with shade. So this is just a fabulous new amenity. I want to recognize the provider of this equipment. It's Dan Gardner from Exerplay, and they do a wonderful job with all of these new amenities. And I want to recognize some city staff, and first and foremost, Pete Seiss behind me, who is the manager of the construction crews who built it and got it done in budget and on time. That matters. And we have some of Parks and Rec staff here today. Keith Reed is the deputy director, and Gary Wolf is our assistant director and design staff. So thank you to the neighborhood for helping us, being advocates for us to create this park and to continue to improve it. We're not done. Stay tuned. There'll be more. Every time I go to these things, I have to say this on behalf of the city and EPA. It's extremely important. We want to see you out here with your dogs. Please clean up after your dogs. The single biggest source of pollution in the river is dog feces that washes down in the rain, and it will rain again one of these days. So please be vigilant and please take care of that problem. And thank you again, and thank you to Councilor Winter.
Thank you. I would also like to thank Albuquerque Police Department Horse Patrol for being here. Thank you all. Now I'd like to introduce Larry English. He's the president of VDN, Neighborhood Alliance and HOA, and you have really got a good group that works on your behalf. Becca, my policy analysts, and myself, we're always in contact with them. Whenever they need anything, they're not shy about calling, and so we work very well together. So I'd like to introduce now Larry.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here today. My name is Larry English. I'm the president of the Vista del Norte Homeowners Association, as well as the Vista del Norte Neighborhood Alliance. And I am thrilled to stand here today admiring this wonderful playground. It is my honor to thank the citizens of the city of Albuquerque for their support for quality of life initiatives such as this one in this beautiful park and its wonderful amenities. This joyful facility would not be here today if it were not for the efforts of Mayor Richard Berry, City Councilor Brad Winters, former Councilor Debbie O'Malley, and the expert installation crew from the City of Albuquerque Parks and Recreation Department. The residents of Vista del Norte look forward to the planned phase completion of the entire Vista del Norte Park. Please enjoy this fantastic space. Thank you.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.